general. It's fun to say.
I do too. Yeah.
All right. Here comes the show, everyone. Sit back and relax. Enjoy this. It's a good time. In 3, 2, 1.
Now, here's my office. If you will direct your eyes to the floor, you'll see a yellow line. Follow it. It will lead you around my desk and back out the door.
Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
The Morning Stream. If you have job, you wear the pants.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. Scott Johnson here. Brian Ibbett there. Good morning.
Yellow. Happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, don't forget to put cookies and milk out for the great turkey.
That's right.
I guess we don't really have, Thanksgiving doesn't have like a mascot, does it?
Have some treats for, the turkey is the mascot.
Yeah.
For the most part. Because every mattress ad and has to have a turkey in there. But to have some stuff to give the Thanksgiving carolers that might stop by your door and decorate the Thanksgiving tree, all that stuff.
Sure. Actually, we haven't. You said mattress, and it reminded me we haven't gotten an update on whether you like your new mattress or not.
Oh, I am liking it. I still have a little bit of hip pain. Like at about 4 o'clock, I'll wake up and I can't flip over on either side because it just hurts.
Yeah.
So we're still breaking in the medium firmness of this thing.
Right.
It's getting a lot better. So I just grabbed the body pillow that Mike Pacholik was nice enough to send, and that usually solves the problem. So
pretty sure Pacholik is responsible for this rainbow-colored basketball I got in the mail, but there was no name on it. And it's for the Monday show because we had this theory that if you say something near your phone that it listens to you and then we'll advertise it to you. So we kept saying, and we made something up. We just said rainbow-colored basketball. It was just a random thought. And then we were waiting for our phones to do it for a couple of weeks, and we're like, well, maybe it isn't because we haven't had a single ad. And then all of a sudden in the mail, rainbow basketball showed up with no name. I'm pretty sure it was Mike Pacholik.
Pretty sure it was Pacholik. That is his MO for sure.
Seems like something he would do. Anyway, well, that's great. I hope that continues to mold itself to your body.
I hope so too, and best not to even just visualize that.
I don't know. I'm kind of picturing it now, and I don't know. It feels funny.
Well, I'm sorry. That's on you.
It's giving me a buzzing feeling in my special place, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, buzzing.
Yeah, a little bit of buzzing. That probably
carbonated meat or something. What's going on?
Need to have that looked at, I guess. We got a quick text I want to start the show with today. I called it rated R for rural. I don't know why, because it really doesn't have anything to do with it. But here's
kind of funny, actually.
Here's what the text says. This is from somebody who lives in Missouri, although they did not leave their name. It says, on Monday's TMS, you were discussing if students were out of school yet for Thanksgiving. Around here, they are. In fact, they also had last week off for deer season, the joys of living in rural Missouri. Now, I have some memory of growing up having a little bit of deer season off.
Really?
But
my gosh.
But I don't hunt, so we didn't use it for that, and I have zero memories of like how we would have used that time. So it's very vague in my memory that we had it, but I'm almost sure we had a little extra time, maybe not a week. But
you're sure you're not thinking of duck season? No, it's rabbit season. No, it's duck season.
I mean, it was one of my favorite cartoons as a kid, but no.
I guess it would be the other way around.
Yeah.
Daffy would be saying it's rabbit season. Bugs would be saying it's duck season.
It was either that or people that I knew would take
maybe
swaths of time to go hunting, and we never did.
I mean, hunting is no bigger in Utah than it is in any of the other mountain states. Like hunting is done here, but it's not. I've never heard of time off for deer season.
Yeah,
unless the deer are so aggressive and they tend to congregate around schools, and then it turns a whole different thing. It's like,
you don't need.
Oh no, it's deer season. We're not letting the kids anywhere near the schools because.
Yeah, you don't need a bunch of deer sneaking around school. It's creepy.
Right.
I don't remember. Honestly, I just don't remember. It is a big deal here, but it's not like you said. It's not like overwhelmingly a big deal. Skiing's a bigger deal here, or 10 other things are ahead of it, but it was enough of a big deal that a huge swath of my friends would go. I wouldn't.
Interesting. Wow.
And it felt like we had extra time off for that. But maybe I just confused it with the time we already had off, and they just used it for that. I don't know.
Maybe you did. You got some weird stuff out there that I'm not, not gonna lie, as the kids say, NGL. But you had some weird.
I don't know why I wouldn't pick. I would think Montana for hunting. I would think.
Sure.
Like stereotypic states. I would think for hunting. I'd think Idaho for hunting.
Montana. I think even Wyoming.
Good
sure.
one. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't just immediately say Missouri. I just wouldn't think of that. I don't know why. I'm sure, obviously, it's true. They have a week off for deer hunting season, but
sure.
Never been to rural Missouri. I hope that you're somewhere close to the wood whisperer because he has wood if you need it.
We have a friend who does go out and hunt deer, and which is, as people are pointing out in the chat room, good because it does control deer population, which can get out of hand.
Sure.
He does actually process the meat and make sausage and stuff like that. All spring and summer, we can go over there and get deer sausage and. I think that's pretty much it. I think he just focuses on sausage. I'm trying to think. He's never offered us a deer steak or a deer burger or anything like that. It's
you ever have elk jerky? It's fantastic.
I have had elk jerky. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. At first it's a little overwhelming. The flavor's really strong, but then you're just like, that's all I want is elk jerky for the rest of my life. It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the, like lamb. I'm not afraid of meat that has a little bit of a gamey flavor to it.
Me neither. I'm not going to eat it all the time or too much of it or whatever, but I'll definitely eat it. I like a bison burger. That's actually,
yeah.
You know who must hate us over the last couple of days? Vegans. They must just hate us. Because we've had so many references to meat, turkey, how to make a turkey.
This is the time of year that we start thinking about specific meats. Turkey is a very specific meat for this time of year. We're not going to not talk about turkey.
Yeah.
We got to talk turkey.
Yeah. Let's keep, you know what? There's enough in the culture wars to get all worked up about. Let's keep turkey. Make turkey great again. That's what I'm saying.
Make turkey great again. Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you for Mr. Missouri Man, whose name he did not leave. We appreciate the info. That's crazy. Kids must love that, even if you're not a hunting kid, like having the week off.
No kidding. Get
awesome.
Some extra time off. Absolutely.
A week is a lifetime for a kid. That's amazing. You know how much Mario you can play in 1985 for a week? Exactly.
I'm not going deer hunting. I'm going Goomba hunting. Going Koopa hunting.
Goomba hunting sounds almost like you're hunting Italians. Yeah.
Little racist sounding. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm hunting some mobster Italians. I don't know.
Gabagool. Come on. When are you gonna put out the gabagool for the family?
We have some of that for Taylor's got for Thanksgiving, like plates or like snack tray stuff for Thanksgiving. It's like pre-meal, like gabagool, some what's the other one? There's another kind of like thin meat they like. It's not
like a charcuterie, basically putting out charcuterie.
Yeah,
is what they're doing.
Bunch of pickled stuff. You got your pickled asparagus. Oh man,
I never even talked about this last week. 2 weeks ago was our Trivia Tuesday week. No, it was last week because the week earlier it was Puzzle Pint. So last Tuesday, not yesterday, but a week ago, did trivia. And it was a smaller group of us than usual because one of our friends was sick, and so he stayed home. So it was me and Tina and then another couple.
Right.
And we still did very well because the woman in that couple is a former Jeopardy contestant, a former Who Wants to Be a Millionaire contestant.
Oh my gosh.
Like she's great at this stuff, and her husband is no slouch either. He's really good too.
Sure.
So we get there, and this is usually a place that has as the prize, a $50 gift card to any of the restaurants in the place. It's one of those dining halls where you've got a bunch of different choices and you can use the gift card at any of them.
Right.
So we go in there and they say, hey, tonight's trivia is brought to you by Amazing Graze, Graze. They are a charcuterie company. So in addition to the gift card, you're also going to be getting a charcuterie tray. Like, well, that's really weird. Like, do we have to... It's 9:00. This will end at 9:00 at night. A winner will be crowned at 9:00 at night. Do we have to consume that charcuterie tray tonight before it goes bad, or how do we divide it up between two couples?
Sure.
So we do end up taking second place. That team that I think texts in the bathroom, does Google searches in the bathroom.
Oh, that team again.
That team won. There's a whole. I'm not even going to go into that. There was a whole question that was worded wrong, yet they were the only ones in the bar that answered it correctly, and there was a flip-flopped part of the question that caused all the rest of us to say, "Yep, we're not answering that. We're not going to risk the points."
Oh boy.
Anyway, yeah. So
I love it.
So we take second place, and we have a charcuterie tray for 4 is our prize. So we go up and I said, well, okay, I'll get our name on the list. We don't have to have the charcuterie tray tonight. It's just on the list. They're like, you guys take it, enjoy it. We don't need a charcuterie tray. So it's going to Tina at some point. But our name's on the list. We just have to walk up there next time whenever we want it, and then they'll pull it out of a fridge for us. So I said, oh, well, we'll stick around and get if you guys want to go ahead, I'll get the gift card and bring that for us next time. And then the guy says, oh, yeah, sorry, I made a mistake. Tonight's prize is only the charcuterie tray.
Oh, man.
Like, really? Like a prize that, what a weird.
That's a little weak.
Switch to a different prize.
Yeah, I don't love that. Is this the place, by the way, in this photo you put on Blue Sky?
That is exactly it, yeah.
So look, this is like one of those. This is like you called it. What do you call it?
It's a dining hall.
Dining hall. I love these kind of places. Big fan.
This one's great too. Freedom Street Social. They incredible wing place back there. CD's Wings.
Tina does not look. It's a very last minute Tina photo. She wasn't ready for it.
Tina, like, are you taking a picture of me? Face. That's actually what Tina looked like when she found out the prize was a charcuterie tray.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Even that salad looks good though. I'd eat that.
That's a really, really good salad. Salad came from the pizza place, Miss Amy's Pizza, which is down there. You see that bright light in the far corner there.
Oh yeah.
That says pizza. You just can't tell because it's all blurry. But
that's great. I love those places so much.
Yeah, and right there, that woman with the weird hair, and then the dude with the yellow hat looking at an iPad. That's the cheating group.
They look like they might be up to shit. Look at them.
Yeah, he just always keeps that iPad out, even though the guy says, yeah, phones and stuff, we're going to dock you, points and all that if you have your phone out or any device. He leaves it on the table and just dims it to the point where I can see it, but yeah. But if you're walking around, you can't really tell that it's on. But that's dimmed. I can still see lines on there indicating that there's windows open.
I also had questions about this hair, but I'm just curious about it. I'm not like judging. I don't know enough about it. I just have questions. That's all. I got questions.
I don't have any answers for you.
Okay. Fair enough. That place looks rad, though. It looks like a fun place to do it.
It's really, really good. Yeah. So we're going to keep an eye out for when they say, okay, the sponsorship by Amazing Grays is over. We're back to gift cards, and that's when we'll go back.
That's great. I do like a good charcuterie, but I don't like it when it's a stand-in for a good prize,
Exactly. It should never be a replacement. It should be a complement to your regular prize.
Now, the thing I'm going to talk about now, people may have heard of before. This was my first exposure to it, and it really got my brain in a twist. And I want to share it with you. Have you heard, Brian, of the Pinocchio paradox?
I have not. Is that when you go in a time machine and you go back in time and you kill Pinocchio? And
no, I wish.
Okay, all right, okay.
It's more of a Hitler thing, but he was.
He was grandfather paradox is where I was going.
Oh yeah, right. So this is not that, but it is. For me, it was mind-blowing, and apparently it's been around forever. This thing was a conversation people are having as early as the mid-1800s about this Pinocchio paradox, which makes sense because that's around the time. What was the year that came out? Actually a little later. 1883 is when the novel came out, and then someone asked the question pretty quickly. So here's the paradox.
Okay.
If Pinocchio says, "My nose grows now," and is a version of the liar paradox. All right, so this basically is a liar.
It's like the two doors. The one tells the truth, one tells a lie, kind of.
That's
situation.
a little bit like that. So if we know about Pinocchio, his core thing is that if he lies, his nose grows. Right.
Right.
So there's this big question about, well, if he doesn't knowingly lie, does it grow? If he says the Earth is flat but doesn't actually know that it's round, will it grow? Or because he doesn't know, is there a fairness factor there? Anyway, there's that whole thing.
Sure. Boy, that's if it is, that seems like a really good way to find things out. Like, my birthday present from you, my surprise present from you is going to be a car.
Right.
Nope. Okay. My surprise present is going to be a TV. Nope. Okay.
Right. Exactly. So this is how it goes. It says, if he says my nose grows now, then as the statement, the sentence is false. It's not growing.
Right.
Now.
Because his nose is not growing now, technically.
Right.
So it would be a lie.
Right. So this how it says this sentence is false, or the sentence is false is true. Then it is false. It would mean that it is technically true. That also is false, and so on with no end. It's just an eternal mess. That's why it's a paradox.
Because if it's a lie, his nose does grow, making the statement true, which then means his nose shouldn't grow. Yeah.
Right. But it's a lie, which means it should. But it's not growing, so it's true. Or that it's
Schrodinger's nose. It's both a truth and a lie at the same time.
I just got down the wildest rabbit hole with this. And I just had never thought of it before, because you see like Pinocchio, the Disney one, or even the old book, or versions of it. And it's just like, well, yeah, he gets kidnapped and he gets suckered into going to the fair, the whatever it was, the carnival, and he's got the nose thing, and he's a puppet come to life, and there's all kinds of stuff around the edges of it that you just pay attention to. Never once did I consider the fact that there is that hole with the nose, the whole nose deal. It's a loophole, and now that's all I'm going to think of from now on when I think of Pinocchio is that.
You have a version of the movie where Geppetto says, let's try this. Pinocchio say, my nose grows now. And then like Pinocchio's head starts. It's like that scene in Scanners, and it just explodes.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it's a weird. If you do it in the present tense or or future tense, it actually changes the paradox. There's this whole other aspects to it that you can go read about. I would highly recommend checking out the Wikipedia article for the Pinocchio paradox. If you've never heard of this, it is a great philosophical exercise for your brain. Just go look at it, consider it. I don't know how there's nothing to apply this to your life, I don't think.
No.
But it's still fun.
It just works well if you're ever given that puzzle, that paradox puzzle with the you come across two doors. It's I guess Labyrinth had those two knockers that did this, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where you basically say, all right, if I asked the other door if he was the right door, would he tell me he is?
That's the whole thing.
The other door says he would. Yes. Okay. Well, then I know that this is the door, because that one would be a lie, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I like this kind of stuff. It's a good time.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it makes you just kind of play around with what truth is, and you know, like Tally just said in the chat, truth isn't always reality. It's what you think your reality is. But that's my point with, like, that's a whole other conversation. But if Pinocchio doesn't know something's a lie but says it,
right?
Would he still have a nose grow, or does he need to knowingly know he's deceiving for it to grow?
That's the thing. Does he? If he knowingly tells a lie,
yeah.
is the key.
Yeah. And I don't know that they ever make that clear in the book, as far as I know. It's not talked about.
No, but I think a lie is only a lie if you know you're telling it. Otherwise, it's.
I would agree.
It's misinformation. It's ignorance.
Yeah.
It's fake news.
Yeah, ignorance. It's ignorance. If it's willful ignorance, then it's a kind of a lie, isn't it? Like, even if they don't know, but they're willfully ignoring ways to know, so that they can stay in their little idea.
Kind
then
of
that's
like the flat Earth kind of thing.
Yeah, like if you were told the Earth is flat and you go, yeah, I think you're right, but you don't do anything else to look deeper, that's willful ignorance, and that's kind of a lie.
And that's
and
that's just under 50% of the country.
Oh man, I hope the flat earthers are less than that. I really hope that.
Yeah.
It's got to be right. I gotta believe in my heart of hearts that the flat Earth thing is like 1% or less of people.
Oh, it's definitely not. I'm thinking more the broader range of willful ignorance, and not just the flat Earth kind of thing.
Exactly.
So now, once you get your brain wrapped around this, next week we'll talk about the let's make a deal paradox.
Let's do it.
Let's make a deal theory, or whatever it is.
What is? I don't know what that is. Is that a easy thing?
It is. So you've got the 2 doors. Let's make a deal. Monty Hall says, all right, you want door number 1 or door number 2? And you say, I'd like door number 1. And he says, all right, we're going to take door number 2 off the table. And now your other choice, we're gonna throw in door number 3. Do you want door number 3? And there's like a theory that because you're given another choice, there's a higher percentage that second choice is going to be better than the 50%. I guess it's called the Monty Hall paradox, not the
Monty Hall problem. It's called
the Monty Hall problem. Okay.
Yeah, which I think is having Monty Hall host things, but that's a whole different. That's just my interpretation. Here are the standard assumptions. It says the top 3 standard assumptions. By the standard assumptions, the possibility or probability of winning the car after switching is 2/3, or 2, I guess. What's 2/3? It means a 2 out of 3 chance. Is that what that means?
2 out of 3 chances.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way they listed it looks like a fraction. Anyway, this solution is due to the behavior of the host. Ambiguities in the parade version do not explicitly define the protocol of the host. However, Marilyn Voss Savant's solution, printed alongside Whitaker's question, implies that both Selvin and Savant specifically define the role of the host as follows. Number 1, the host must always open a door that was not selected by the contestant. 2, the host, being Monty Hall, must always open a door to reveal a goat and never the car. Or 3, the host must always offer the chance to switch between the door originally chosen and the closed door that remains. Those are the 3 assumptions.
Right. If those 3, basically, if those 3 principles are true, and it's not, you guys can stop telling me it's not a paradox. I get it. It's not a paradox.
Yeah, we got it, chat. We got it.
Monty Hall problem.
Yeah.
But if those 3 principles are true, then yes, then this is like you should always switch.
Right.
Then he's never going to offer you the 3rd door if there's not something good behind the 3rd door.
So it says the simple solutions are this: if you have behind door 1 goat, behind door 2 goat, and behind door 3 a car. So goat car. The result, if staying at door 1 wins the goat. Result, if switching to door offered wins the car. And then there's 2 other versions of this that either wins you the car or the goat. But the idea is that you will, if you know this or understand it implicitly and intuitively, you'll never not win the car if your aim is to win the car.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, it's interesting.
It's crazy.
I like shit like this. Stuff like this.
Math problem.
Yeah, stuff like this makes my brain roll around and make noises. And I like it. I like it a lot. All right, there's that. Quick shout out to my sister Wendy. You know her from Thursday. She will not be here tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving, but her birthday is on Thanksgiving. And that means that, technically today it's her birthday. But she was born on Thanksgiving Day because the dates move around, depending on the year. And it's never the same Thursday is my point. So she, it's the same Thursday. It's just never the same date, or it's not always the same date. Right. So her birthday is today.
There's a 1 out of 7 chance of it falling on Thanksgiving.
Thank you. That's the easiest way to put it, and I should have put it that way. She is born. She was born many years ago. I will not tell you her age, but she is celebrating a birthday today, and I just thought TMS should know, and we should all let her know in her own little special way, because she doesn't check internet, she doesn't do social media, and she doesn't listen to the show, so she'll never hear any of this. But I know you guys all wanted to at least know about it. Her birthday is today. Happy birthday to Wendy.
We are sending birthday messages through the ether to get to her.
And
I'll let her can't use social media since we can't.
Yeah, and I'll let her. I'll take a screenshot of the chat and let her know you guys said nice.
There
things.
You go. Cool.
Also, it's funny because I have a memory of this when my mom was extremely pregnant on that day, went into labor at the beginning of dinner, which was early in the day. It was like noon. We're having lunchtime time. And she starts going to labor at the table while we're all eating Thanksgiving, and got up, waddled out of there. And my dad took her to the hospital, and the rest of us stayed there and ate.
Finished your.
Yeah.
Well, she's not going to, I guess no one's here to stop me from having another piece of pie.
Yep. Yeah. It was really weird. Me and the 2 Koreans, we didn't have 3 yet. And sitting there eating, had some uncles and aunts and stuff around, and my dad's on his way to the hospital, and she was born a couple hours later. So anyway.
That's cool.
There you have it. And then her evil twin would be removed 7 years later. with her surgery.
Surgically taken off of her shoulder, basically.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, it was basically, it's the reason she only has one ovary, but it was basically, well, I've told you this before. We called it a mad ball, but it was basically a tumory looking thing this big. There was an undeveloped fetus, never took hold. It would have been her twin.
Right. Yes.
And it had like teeth and hair. Not enough, not like going, but like, tooth material. And hair and like, but I used to call it a mad ball, and it used to piss her off in the 80s. Like, hey, did you keep your mad ball?
Did it sound like Richard E. Grant is the question?
No. Well, in the womb, maybe, but outside of the womb, not so much. But it almost killed her. This twin almost it reminded me of the Professor X sister thing.
Yeah, the Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova, exactly. And I didn't know enough about that back then to make that reference, so it was always mad ball. But anyway.
Madball's far better.
Yeah.
Everybody understands Madball. Speaking of, they'll tell this story really quickly. I did some Lyft driving yesterday, and picked up a woman from the hospital. She's like, "Oh my gosh, the last couple of years I've had," and she's telling me this story about how she fell on some ice, hit her head, and then while she was recovering from that, she stepped out of bed and slipped and fell and hurt her back or something like that. Like basically these 2 or 3 stories all in succession of each other where she injured herself.
Jeez.
And I said, oh my God, well, I think instead of going to the hospital, let's just stop at the UPS store and we'll just wrap you in bubble wrap. And she said, yeah, like John Travolta. And I thought for a second, like, oh, okay. She says, no, I'm old. There was this old movie. And I said, yeah, The Boy in the Bubble. I'm old too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the whole Seinfeld gig about Moops was from that. It was
Bubble
a reference
Boy.
to that. Yeah.
Yeah, Bubble Boy.
Yeah, we all that was for whatever reason.
The Boy in the Bubble.
That was some kind of weird late 70s thing where it was almost like the day after thing where the nuke goes off and Jason Robards in his car and everything. There's certain moments in television that were burned into us. Boy in the Bubble is one of those. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
There's no removing it.
Such a huge,
it was a big
huge
deal.
thing. That and the Thornbirds for some reason. I remember that being a massive.
Oh, yeah.
And Shogun obviously having a massive impact on television.
Shogun and Thornbirds both had Richard Chamberlain, right? I think.
They did, yeah. Which,
My mom, dude.
Put all of our moms into a puddle, basically.
My mom, dude. She just nothing but Richard Chamberlain until Magnum PI, and then she was all about that dude. Took a while.
That was all Tom Selleck all the time.
Took a while. All right. Well, we're at the stage of the show where we got to play a game. We got to. The internet will not have it if we don't. And we're going to add Brian Dunaway to the call. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to shake it up a little. I'm going to take our 5th caller today.
Ooh, 5th.
Yeah,
wow.
just to shake it up a little bit. There was somebody last week who really wanted to be on that was almost our 5th caller, and we'll see if we can't get them to nail that again. Before we do that, though, let's do this. Well, look what crawled out of the swamp. It's Brian Dunaway. Hi, Brian.
Boy, you got that right. Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Are you feeling any better?
Hello.
Are you feeling any better?
No, it's even worse because last night I got to the coughing fit stage where I had to sit up all night. I went to the living room, sat in a chair, and just slept for 30 minutes and woke up going, oh,
man, I'm so sorry. I hate that for you. For real.
Yeah,
that sucks ass. You shouldn't have to feel that way.
It sucks the big old butthole. Big old turkey butthole.
Yeah, turkey buttholes. But maybe you'll be...
I always ask for that part, by the way. We sit at the table and say, hey, save me the turkey butthole.
Yeah, save me the butthole.
Yeah.
I
want the neck. I want the butthole.
While the rest of us are, grabbing the wishbone.
Fighting over a drumstick and wishbone.
Yeah.
Brian's over there hogging the butthole.
Butthole, give me the butthole.
All right, well, we have a 5th caller, but 5th person, but they're not answering. So let's see how this goes.
Oh,
their name is Dillweed.
Well, there he is.
Yeah. Is he? I don't see him yet. Dillweed,
I hear him talking.
I hear him talking.
Oh, Discord is being weird for me. It's showing all grayed out. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, thank goodness, dude. Well, I was worried we didn't have you. Glad to have you. I know you were 5th last week, so I thought, well, let's see if we can trick the system, and it totally worked. You were 5th again. So nice work on that.
4th.
Yeah, nice job. Hey, here's the thing, real quick, Dunaway. I always get sick around Thanksgiving, and so far this year I'm not. Like I always a head cold something.
You're welcome.
So I don't know how I'm avoiding it, but I'm grateful to be not sick, and it makes me feel worse for you. I have more empathy for you now than ever, our good friend Brian Dunaway. Ever.
I feel bad for my coworkers who were already understaffed where I work at, and one of them was supposed to be off today, and unfortunately I was like, I can go in, but I'm probably going to get everybody sick for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, you got a good boss though? He's all right, right? He's okay. He's nice.
Yeah, I got good coworkers. Everybody's great.
All right,
everyone
loves a Dunaway. That's how I say it.
Everybody loves a Dunaway.
That's right, except Faye Dunaway.
Put it in your mouth and swish it around.
Faye Dunaway was hard to work with on set. But other than her, we love a Dunaway.
Mommy dearest.
Anyway, we're going to get right to it. We're going to play a game. Dillweed might win some prizes, but first we got to play it. So, Brian, how do we play it?
Sure. Well, it's time to play the Tadpole Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpole on some nerdy topics. Scott and Brian have to predict the answers that they gave us. It is their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Dillweed, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with one of these two chuckleheads. And if your team wins, you get a prize package. Oh, that includes Dome Keeper and McPixel 3.
Oh my gosh, two wonderful games.
Dome Keeper's great.
Yeah, Dome Keeper kept me up.
We talked
nights playing that game. Fantastic.
Really? We talked about Dome Keeper, I believe, on the Boop Show, right?
Yeah, or if not, it may have come up on Play Retro because it's a very retro inspired kind of game. But it's this one written in this Godot engine that everybody's all into right now.
Yes, and, I'm learning some Godot. Look at me.
You should. It's the hotness right now. Anyway, it's a addicting loop. I'll put it that way. Very good game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, good. Let's, you haven't won it yet. You got to earn it. And the only way to earn it is to play the game. The only way to play the game is for me to ask this question right here and tell these two guys to put their hands on their buzzers and get ready to answer this question. We asked the Tadpole, 545 of them responded. What's the best movie based on a comic book that is not Scott?
Kick-Ass.
Nice.
Show me Kick-Ass.
Wow. Look, you did that last week too. That's exactly what you did last week.
I'll repeat the question for Brian.
In completion.
Yep. Yeah. What's the best movie based on a comic book that is not published by Marvel or DC?
I figured that's where you were going.
As soon as you started saying, the first thing that came to mind was Spawn, even though I don't know if that's going to be out there. No, Spawn.
Spawn.
Show me Spawn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Spawn.
That is higher than Kick-Ass, even though Kick-Ass is more points, which means, Brian, you get control of the board and you get Dillweed as a partner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dillweed. Well, we're going to just remember I'm sick, so you're going to have to drag me across the finish line. So okay. Non-Marvel?
Yeah. What do you like?
Non-Marvel, non-DC.
Oh, DC. Okay, I was making sure DC is in there. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. What do you think, Dillweed?
Based on a comic book. I'm not a huge comic book nerd.
Oh,
the only thing I could think of right now is Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, yeah, Pilgrim's good.
Great answer.
Yeah, that'll be on here. It's got to be.
Sure. All right. Show me. That worries Dunaway. All right. Show me Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
Good job.
Not just a great comic book movie, but really captures the feel of a comic book in a film.
Yeah.
Better than any other comic book film, I think.
I agree.
Oh, true story.
Yeah, that's a story. That's why I want him to do more, but they're not giving him the right gigs, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was almost we almost got an Ant-Man out of Edgar Wright.
I know. I really wish we would have. I would have loved to have seen that. Not that the first Ant-Man wasn't great, and you still need to see the second one before Thunderbolts * comes out. But
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
It's the next one I actually care about.
Answers left on the board. Many of them, 7 of them to be specific.
Yeah.
Right. It starts getting kind of tough. I'm trying not to go to film sec when I'm thinking of all the film sec movies we kind of did. I know we talked this past week about one, and it's definitely not. Was it based on a comic? I think the comic came after. Anyway, I'll shut up. Hey, what do you think? I'm just talking shit, apparently.
Yeah.
I can't even. Is Sin City?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sin City, but that ended up. But did he do it independently, or did that?
Definitely an independent comic. I think it was Dark Horse that did that.
Dark Horse, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Great answer.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like it.
Okay. All right.
Good
Show
answer.
me Sin City.
Nice.
Number
Oh,
7.
not number 1.
You guys take the lead.
Jeez.
But when you when you said all that, it made me remember. I thought you were talking about Darkman at first. Also, not Marvel or DC, right?
Also not a comic. Yeah.
But isn't it?
No, it's not based on.
No.
A comic. I'll save you the. I'll save you the trouble.
Although I
there.
don't want to help anybody, but
that's just hilarious. Even it was telling me, no, Brian.
Yeah.
Stop being sick.
I'm not sure you want to. I'm not saying that somebody wouldn't say it in the tadpole.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right,
Let's be clear. Whether or not something is a comic or even Marvel or DC does not matter. It matters what 11 answers the tadpole said more than any other answer.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm such a slave to visual patterns. I just love how we've created a little grid here, like two and seven and bottom ones. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Famously, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, good one.
Was an indie comic, black and white, and made it to a movie. What do you think? Or should I just shut up and let you do the answering since I'm
What do you think,
floating high on Nyquil?
That sounds like a good answer to me.
Yeah. I feel like Dillweed and Dunaway are on the same.
I know. I feel like
are you guys sharing the same Benadryl package?
No, we got the same brain right now. It's the same brain.
That's all right. It's serving you. You're up by 4. So.
All right. Are you going with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
There's on the
answer.
All right. Show me TMNT.
Oh,
not the number one answer. That's what's killing me. It's like, what is more obvious than TMNT?
In any cases where there were, multiple movies for the same thing, whether they're in the top 10 or not, I did merge them together. And so some people actually did say the 2023 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the animated movie, was the best, which I never saw. I do want to see it, but
it's really
I love
cool.
the style on that.
It's really cool.
It kind of
the style looks great.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the one. I don't remember the name of it. It's the one that the bad guy was played by Patrick Stewart. It's a few years ago, like maybe 2004. I quite liked that, but no one else talks about it but me. So I'm not gonna bet on it.
Nobody else talks about it.
I think
there were a few of them in there that I lumped into this one too. So yeah,
sure. I'm convinced about number 1, but I'm not going to say it till you guys get a buzz.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard to remember. I can see the comic cover, and I know when these questions went out. Can I ask that? Can I ask when you put this particular question?
Sure.
Is this old set or new set?
Spring. This is the old set. This is the next last question set. Of the old set. So, spring of this year.
I was going to say The Crow, but the new one didn't pop up until more recently, and that might not in people's minds. I don't know.
People love The Crow.
Yeah. And it's not a Marvel DC movie.
Definitely not.
No. What do you think, Dillweed? You wanna use other half of the brain? I'll let you use this part. All right, do it.
All right.
For some reason,
fire it up.
TMNT. I don't think this is an answer. I don't think it's a comic book. Power Rangers.
Okay. Power Rangers. Oh, they're definitely comics. Question is it on the list? That's
they
the question.
Started as live action.
Yeah. I think so.
Remix,
I don't think it was originally. But again, it doesn't matter. It matters more what the tadpole says.
Saban. Does he have his own?
Might say that.
Saban.
Book thing? Saban, isn't that who it is?
I don't think it's. I think it's a company, not a dude. Is it a dude?
It is a dude. He started the company. It's his company, right?
All right.
Saban's company. Saban?
All right.
Yeah, isn't that right?
I don't know.
I'm not going to argue with you. I don't feel Saban, right? Saban, is that how you say it? Yeah, I think so.
I have no idea.
Whatever. I'm totally getting off track. You guys are following me down the NyQuil path, you fools. Well, okay. What were we going to do, Dillweed? I've already forgot.
That's neat you said Power Rangers.
You were talking about the Crow. Rangers. Are you sticking with the Crow? Oh, Power Rangers.
Or you want Dillweed? I'll let Dillweed decide.
If you like, I don't know even know what the Crow is. So
you don't know what the Crow is? Oh, dude, we got to watch the Crow. We got to.
Well, we have watched the Crow.
Travis, we got to get together and watch it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They come back.
Yeah. Brian, I think they're saying Crow. That's what I think.
Okay.
Give us the Crow, baby.
Yeah. All right. Show me the Crow.
Well, that was painful.
Yeah. Whether it's 1994 or 2024, people said the Crow.
Yeah.
I still don't know what number 1 is, though. That's driving me crazy.
I do.
Scott thinks he does.
I'm so sure of it. I would bet
it's not
money.
Waterworld, Scott.
No.
I know it's that time of year, but it's not Waterworld.
I would bet money on number 1. I'm almost sure of it.
Oh, you bet money?
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
No. I'll bet. You know what I'll do? If I'm wrong,
Send me a DM. I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong, but I want to be able to.
You want to verify it before I say it?
I want to verify it, and I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong, and hopefully you do get a chance to answer at some point.
I'm
But
trying to think of classic
good
stuff.
point.
The only thing I'm trying to think of classic stuff. The only thing I can think of classic is Booby Slave, Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon.
oh yeah,
That's the only.
right.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Right? Was the,
Yeah, put that in there.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, give us the Booby Slaves.
All right. Okay.
Unless Dillweed disagrees.
I think he's in.
Can't disagree.
Yeah, he can't
Okay,
disagree.
good. All right.
With the Booby
Show
Slaves.
me Flash Gordon.
Oh,
No.
never trust the guy who's
I
sick.
don't think Flash Gordon even made
Flesh-
the
what, Flesh
list.
Gordon?
Or Flesh Gordon. Any of you ever see Flesh Gordon, by the way? I remember
I
that being a big.
I scrubbed it.
It was one of the. It's the first
I scrubbed it for boobs.
sex parody thing I'd ever heard of as a kid.
Yeah.
First one I ever heard of.
Tied for 48th place with all the other things
And
that only one person said.
Yeah.
That was the indie comic, right? Too. It wasn't DC or nothing. Or
No,
DC.
I'm not
It
even-
was comic. I think it was comic strips before.
Oh,
it
it
was
was definitely
even,
comic strips.
Yeah. I think it started that way and perhaps got collected later as a collectible paperback or something, but it definitely wasn't
Yeah.
DC
Well,
or Marvel.
that blows my second one up that I wanted to do because I was thinking about the old comics.
Yeah.
And we've watched some film stack too.
All right.
all right,
I'm
so
going to
I guess I
go.
lost.
You did lose. Here's what I'm going to say because I think this is number one. If I'm wrong, I'm going to send 2 free stickers to listeners today chosen at random.
Wow.
And you know what? 3. One I'll send to
Whoa.
I'll send to Dillweed
Dillweed?
regardless because whether he wins or loses.
Oh, nice Dillweed.
I'm going to say Hellboy is number 1.
Oh, of course, Hellboy.
Hellboy. All right. Show me
Of
Hellboy.
course. Yeah,
That is the number
Hellboy.
one answer. So no stickers for you,
No
chumps.
stickers. I was actually hoping I
course,
could send
Hellboy.
some stickers. Don't worry, I'll lose something in the future. Everybody, don't worry about it. Judge Dredd probably on here.
Dadgummit, of course, Judge Dredd.
All right.
Yeah.
Show me Drudge Dredd.
Drudge Dredd.
Drudge Dredd. Number 3.
All right.
Oh, that
Not a
was
lot
good.
of points. 14-24 currently is the score total with
Oh,
Brian and
it's gotta give
Dillweed
us one
leading.
More, though.
Got to be 300.
No, he needs both of them. He needs both of
then,
them to.
then Dillweed wins.
Dillweed wins if
Dillweed
I
wins,
get it,
yeah.
or yeah.
Oh, Dillweed, you win.
Yeah, no matter what, Dillweed wins because you need both of these to.
To win
To
or make
get
him
the-
win. Exactly.
Exactly.
I love
All
that.
right, show me. What'd you say?
300. 300.
300.
Oh,
show
that's
me.
also another good one. Sin City.
Show me
Chronicles.
300.
Oh,
really?
my gosh.
300. Number 13. Almost in the top 11.
I'm blown away by that.
Yeah.
How do you guys not? Why is my hand like this? I was holding it like this.
Why is
'Cause-
my hand like
Because
this?
that's what you're like. I have pictures of you drinking, trying wine with Barry where your hand is.
Barry.
Try wine and you get a limp hand. All right.
Woo.
Okay, you guys. No pressure.
All right.
No pressure,
Brian and
literally.
Dillweed, 2 answers left on the board.
Yeah.
All I could think is the old stuff like Creep Show, but I just don't feel like. Did these people know it? They didn't know Flash Gordon.
Well, if they didn't know 300, all bets are off. That's crazy. That's not on there.
It's Crazy Town. I wish Waterworld was one that I could really stick it at Scott. I like sticking it to Scott. But I don't
Pretty
think
sure
he
they
does.
did a Waterworld comic later.
They did,
some
spin-off.
short run.
Yeah,
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But I'll bet you $100 it's not on here.
No, definitely not out there.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do you think, Dillweed?
Ooh,
Dillweed got one.
I'm thinking is Watchmen. I feel like that's
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh,
The
shit.
Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
Well, hold on.
No, was he independent
I-
when he was doing that? It doesn't matter because it's what the
thinking it's
tadpole
related
said.
to
Yeah,
Marvel, but-
it is a tadpole thing, but you're probably
Yeah, because
probably
DC
safe.
bought all the shitty characters left over from another. But was it
Right. It was not heart. It was
I think
it began with an H.
I think
right? Like all these-
yeah.
Oh, right. Well, no,
Yeah.
Watchmen was Vertigo, I think, which was a
Watchmen was Vertigo, which was a
Oh.
DC imprint, but those characters
Yeah.
like Night Owl
Once
and
again.
stuff came from old.
Just matters
You're
what the tadpole
right.
said.
You're totally
Yeah.
right. So I think this is actually a good bet because even though it may
Charleston.
be DC,
That is it,
yeah,
Charleston.
Yeah.
this may be
Charleston, that's
DC
it,
ultimately,
Charleston.
but I think the tadpole may have
Yeah.
said it. That
Yeah,
feels
what do you
like
think, Dillweed?
you like it.
I think we'll do Watchmen.
Yeah,
right, let's do Watchmen.
Let's get some Watchmen in there. Let's Rorschach it.
Yeah.
All
You're
right,
stuck
show
here with
me.
me.
Show me Watchmen. Darn right,
yeah,
the Tadpole
baby.
said it. Yeah, Tadpole ignoring the fact that there's a big old DC on the cover of the limited series, but yes, the characters did come from Charleston, so it does count.
Yeah.
And Vertigo is a DC imprint, so
Sure.
yeah.
I miss Vertigo. Black
I do
Label.
too.
Black Label's pretty good. It's kind of their replacement, but I don't know. They should have kept
Marvel
Vertigo.
had Epic, I think, was their
Kind of more adult deal.
no comics code
I think
stuff.
Steven Sliker's losing this shit right now listening to this. No,
He probably is losing his
We'll
shit.
see when I read some of the other answers lower in the list. He will. Yeah.
nice.
All right, you guys got one slot to fill. What do you got?
There's so many stupid movies like one slot to fill, like The Phantom. We watched that on Film Sack. What are the superhero films?
That's the hard. That's the hard part. Is you got to do movies.
That's old, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the movie's newer, but the source material is old.
Because hell, like freaking.
Well, Phantom was a radio show and then a comic book in the
exactly.
movie, or was it even a comic book between those two things?
Oh,
Probably.
good.
I'm sure there was a comic.
Oh,
book
that's a
between
great
them.
question. Like Blue Beetles, like that's a DC thing, but it's the same thing. It started as a radio play, and then I think got made comics. I'm not sure about that. Anyway,
what do you think the deal?
I think you gotta
run
go.
dry on ideas. The only other comic I read was the Simpsons comics.
Oh, that's a good one. But that was
I don't think people would say that here.
Yeah, but would
Marvel DC did this?
Yeah, I think Marvel did do it, but I don't think anyone knows that. And also, and they did have a
movie.
They did have a movie, but
I
they had a
didn't think
movie.
it was tied to either of the big publishers' Simpsons
Could be right.
comics.
I
But
thought it was.
I remember getting issues of them for free comic book day, and that's it.
You know what? It is now. That's probably why I think it, because it's all owned by
Gotcha.
it's all
Marvel
owned by
has it now?
Disney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bongo Comics was the original.
Okay. All right.
The indie comic scene was so
1993.
great. The
Sure.
90s guy.
Sure.
Yeah, if you didn't grow up during the 90s and get that whole indie comic stuff,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what do you think?
it was amazing.
Road to Perdition. No, don't do that one. No.
Oh, Road to Perdition. No.
It's a comic.
Simpsons to the
Nobody's going to
Simpsons.
do
I
it
think it's a good
though.
role.
Nobody knows it's a comic is the problem.
Simpsons.
Is that what you're saying?
I think we should. I think we should. Let's
All
give
right.
some love to the
Tom-
Simpsons.
Tom's going to be knocking at the door in a second. All right, show me the Simpsons.
Oh.
No, Scott.
All
What's
right.
your answer?
I'm going to go with the one you guys avoided earlier. Oh, no, maybe you didn't. I think I was the one saying it. I want V for Vendetta, please.
Yeah, that's a good
sure.
one. That's
All right.
another good one.
Another,
Show
deal.
me V for
Indie
Vendetta.
comics.
Number
Number
11.
11. Good job, Scott.
Shit. That throws me for a bit of a loop. I thought that was it.
Right.
Oh man. Okay. Let's circle back around. Wait, did we say it? Hold on, is it on here? Sin City.
That's
we
what I'm
did.
thinking.
We
There's
did
like
do
something
Sin
I'm
City.
like, did we say it?
The hard part is me remembering what actually made it to film, because I can think of lots of indie comics I love.
Sure.
I'm a huge fan. I would like Invincible, but that's a TV show. But also, what would the tadpole say? I'm gonna say Invincible. Oh no.
That's a good
I'm
one,
gonna
though.
say
That's
because we have
You think you're thinking too hard.
Walking Dead. I think someone's dumb enough to
that's
say it. It's
perfect.
not a movie, but
Perfect.
it's
You
basically
think the tadpole would ignore the fact that it's not a movie
Yes.
and say Walking Dead?
yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Show me The
Cool.
Walking Dead.
Cool.
Damn it to hell!
Cool.
People, even though people did still say Walking Dead, I think maybe 2 or 3. It's low. It's low on the list.
Poop.
Did I already say Darkman?
You said it, but you didn't choose
Boy,
it.
the Nyquil is really kicking in, isn't it?
You didn't. You said it. You referred to it, but you didn't choose it.
Okay. What do you think, Deal?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh yeah, no.
I think you
Fair
should go
enough.
for it because you've won either
Fair
way. You
enough.
win.
Darkman before Tom gets us.
Yeah.
All right. Show me Darkman.
Oh.
No, Scott. One last chance to get some more points on the board.
All right.
One
Let's
one
clear it,
answer,
Scott.
one
Come
strike.
on.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Flintstones. Why not Flintstones?
Show me Josie and the Pussycats. No, but great answer.
All right.
Let's reveal number 8. I don't know if it's a movie, but I don't know if it's the best
man.
movie. But it is a
Mystery
movie.
It is a Mystery Men from. That's
But
a Dark Horse
Didn't
thing.
they do
Damn
that?
it.
It was
Yeah,
Flaming
that's
Carrot
right.
Comics. Yeah, had
That's
the
right. Yep.
Yeah.
Mystery Men in it.
Yeah.
Good answer, people. Good job.
Rounding
Captain.
out your top list here. Men in Black, 300 was number 13. The Rocketeer, great choice there. People said The Incredibles. Nope. Road to Perdition.
Nope.
Ghost World. Nimona, The Mask. Unbreakable. Nope.
Nope.
History of Violence. Edge of Tomorrow. Was Edge of Tomorrow? I don't think so.
I don't
4
think
people
so.
said it, but
I don't think so. It's a book. There's a book,
It's
but
a
not
book.
a comic book. Yeah.
Yeah. Tank Girl, The Old
Oh
Guard.
no, it was based on the Japanese thing, right? Yeah,
Was it?
so it was a comic. It was
It was
a manga.
It was a manga?
Was-
Yeah,
was,
remember we talked
really?
about that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Oh, yeah, we did talk about it on Film Sack. You're right.
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
I remember that
The
now.
Old Guard, American Splendor, Big Hero 6, Ghost in the Shell, Heavy Metal, Snowpiercer, Super, 30 Days of Night, Constantine, Darkman did make number 34 on the list, Brian. Dick Tracy, Garfield, Hancock, Invincible, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Push,
Oh, yeah.
Richie Rich, RoboCop, Sonic, Star Wars, come on,
RoboCop.
people.
Sonic.
The Last of Us, please, people. Tintin, Wanted, and the Addams Family.
All right. Those are all Addams Family
More
counts, I think.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Addams
it
Family
started as a
counts.
comic strip.
Yeah,
Yep.
that totally
Yeah.
works.
Comic strip in the New Yorker, though, no comic book. But,
Yeah, and Constantine is DC. You're right, Chad. That is true.
Yep.
We're getting a sequel with Keanu Reeves in it. I can't wait. That's going
Are
to be
we really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're
Okay, I had not heard that.
apparently working on it now. So whatever that means. I
Yikes.
love the first
Okay.
one. I unapologetically love the first Constantine.
No, I think we all enjoyed it on Film Sack. So
Tilda Swinton. You got your Peter Stamara is like the weirdest devil ever. So good.
that's right.
Well, there you have it. You know what this means? This means celebrations all around because we cleared the board, first of all. Second of all, we gave some prizes
Yeah,
away
you
to
didn't really
Dillweed.
clear the board, though.
Well, not really.
David, you did really good.
Everything but one. We cleared it so that one was so embarrassed to be there that Brian had to clear it for us, and that was great.
Congratulations.
So that means you win, Dillweed. You're gonna walk away with these fantastic games. Brian, remind them what they are one more time.
Sure, those games are Dome Keeper and McPixel 3. They are already waiting for you in Discord.
Aw.
Load those into your Steam and enjoy them, courtesy of Wesley.
You're also the
Let
second.
me show your brain, Dillweed.
You're the second Dillweed I know. I had a friend in high school who we called Dillweed. That was his nickname. His real name
we
was
called-
his no real name was Sean, but we called him Dillweed. So
Yeah,
Nice.
we use that term quite often.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm
In high
sure.
school.
I'm sure he's not as dumb as the Dillweed I knew. I think you're a smart guy, and he seemed like
Oh, thank you.
yeah, and he seemed like a nice guy too.
Agreed.
It's not a very common insult now.
No,
Yeah.
not as much as it used to be. Let's bring it back, I
No,
say.
it's
Anyway,
true.
congratulations and well
Thank
done.
you.
Brian Dunaway, I hope you feel better soon, man. I feel bad for you, but convalesce, man. Lay it down, eat turkey, chill out. And
I'm gonna play some Medieval. I played a little bit last night. It was looking forward to Friday's show. Hopefully I'll feel a little better by then.
yeah, we'll see how things go. We may move things around depending on how you feel, but we'll see how it goes. Have a fantastic one. We'll see you then. All right, we're going to take a break. When we get back from this break, Tom Merritt will be joining us. We'll be doing a little tech talk and then getting ourselves for recommendals after that. First, a song break from Brian Ibbett.
Absolutely. Mark Schuler, a listener in the Tadpool here, found a song that he really, really liked. He reached out to the indie band and really did some heavy lifting, a lot of back and forth with a label to get permission for us to play it. Big thanks to Mark Schuler for doing this. He did finally get approval from the band, and it's great. This is a band called Bad Bad Hats, and the song is called My Heart, Your Heart.
The only way he knew how to show his devotion. It was the best he could do. Yes, truly.
You fool! Now we may never know if ants can be trained to sort tiny screws in space.
And we're back. Hey, Brian, who was that one more time?
Yeah, that is a band. That great song is a band called Bad Bad Hats and My Heart, Your Heart.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like that. All right,
Yes.
we're gonna get Tom in here. I have some bad news for Tom. I'll share it when he comes on.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, he's not gonna be happy about this. I mean, maybe he won't
Don't
care.
I'm sad.
Maybe it'll
Oh
be
my
no.
gosh.
Maybe it'll be zero big deal to him. I don't know.
Okay.
Probably
all right.
it probably isn't. It's just a thing I noticed, and he's gonna have to take it one way or the other.
All of his segments on TMS have been blank.
Yeah.
None of the audio is saved or recorded.
That's right.
unfortunately.
YouTube thinks he is a violation of copyright, and as a result, not on there. All right, no answer yet, but let's try him one more time here. I think he's about. I know we have Daily Tech News Show today, so I would assume he's around. We'll give that another shot. I'll basically tell you what this is, and then we'll see if it matters to him. But for the longest time, for years, a decade, or as long as we've used Discord, when I go to add somebody to the call, he's the default first person because he is ace detect, right?
Oh, sure. Alphabetically comes first.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
But now there's somebody called Ace High. And it's even though it's not a D, the H comes later. For some reason, it's putting him ahead of Tom. I know.
Wow.
So I feel like these are dark times. When one of you comes at me with a username with a number in front of it, then all bets are off. Then none of these people get preferential treatment. No answer from Tom. I wonder if he.
Do we know is he really doing a thing for the Wednesday before Thanksgiving?
As far as I know, but now that he asked the question, it makes me wonder if he's perhaps not. He didn't say anything, so I don't know if that usually he'll let me know, which is a very Tom thing to do. He's very organized.
Yes, of course.
But I see nothing, I hear nothing. Well, I guess, nothing on my text either. Zoe says he should be around. Zoe does a bunch of stuff for DTNS.
Yeah.
So as far as you know, Zoe...
If anyone would know, she would know.
Yeah, he's on today and doing all his things that he does, as far as you are aware. All right, I'm going to try it one more time. We're going to give Tom one more shot here.
One more shot.
And if it doesn't go through, I have a tech review of my own before we call Nicole.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Let's see if we can get this in here. Do I have it down here? That would help. See it. Well, great. Okay. Oh no, I'll do this instead. I have another one. I have a good one. All right, no answer from Tom. I'm going to assume he's out today, which is not a problem. It's okay. He's probably got stuff. You never know.
Yeah, something could have easily come up, and we could always do recommendals and bring Tom back in the second part.
Yeah, if he shows up, he comes knocking, we'll come a rocking. Okay, that's how that'll go. All right. I was going to make a recommendation for people that I wasn't actually getting this for. I didn't get this for this reason, but I got a thing that is now a thing I recommend for a reason that I didn't get it for, if that makes any sense.
100% makes sense.
Okay.
Like completely and totally 100%.
I was looking for a replacement keyboard for my Mac Studio. I've been using an older keyboard for a long time, and I some years ago dumped Dr. Pepper on part of it. And I thought I had it pretty cleaned out, and for the most part it worked fine, but eventually I think Q through R or T just stopped being responsive, just gooey and sticky and all that. So I finally said, you know what, I need a new keyboard. So I did some searching for some third-party stuff. I wasn't really feeling the mood to spend, go all out for the wireless Apple one. That's very expensive. So I found this brand. You've probably heard of them before. It's called Macally or Macally.
Oh, Macally.
Is it Macally?
Macally. Yeah.
Okay. Never quite sure how to say it.
They're an ally to your Mac is the way I always think of them. Sure.
I like a wired keyboard because I just don't like charging things if I don't have to. So I got a wired keyboard, and you might look at the bottom of this and say, oh, this is a normal looking ass keyboard, Scott. Cool, whatever. You flip it around, and this is the part I didn't expect. I didn't order it because of this. But look at the size of these keys. Look at the size of the letters on these keys.
Oh, wow. That is made for people, old people like us.
Yeah, you would think. I don't look when I type. I can type without looking. So this isn't useful to me. However, if you are somebody who struggles with not being able to see the keys very well on your keyboard, do I have another here to compare them to? Because sometimes you want to see the difference. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got the old one. You can see how fat these are.
Sure.
All right, so your typical older keyboard, you got little thin. Let me pull up my main video here.
Little teeny tiny, little gray keys on white.
Yeah, it's sort of visible, but it's not all that important. This thing's like, what if the letters were jumbo huge and bold?
That's great.
Yeah. So I didn't know that's what it was going to be when I got it, but I actually really like this keyboard. It has an amazing feel to it. All backlit, and so far it's been amazing. And it also kind of looks nice in silver, black keys. It looks good with the ensemble. So, and I want to say this thing was like $29.
That's fantastic. That is a great deal for something like that, for sure.
So highly recommend it. It is the Macally or Macally. Where's the model? Oh, it's a big long number, and that's lame. Just look for
how are the switches? Are they cherry switches or brown switches?
Well, the switches are.
Is it clacky? Is there a lot of clackiness to it?
No, in fact, it's very soft. And that's another consideration. The reason I got it is it was reviewed well for being quiet, because when I do shows, I don't want a clacky keyboard. Now for gaming, I love a good mechanical keyboard, but for this, it's not in the cards. The other thing is I have one complaint. You can't just love everything, right? One complaint. The little smiley on here, key. Yeah. It's just a little smiley face. They have a key for emojis. Now, it works if you're typing something midline and you hit that key, it will pop up with all your emojis to choose. But because it cuts into the option key a little bit, shortens the option key basically by about half, I am often accidentally hitting the emoji key. I don't need it, so I wish it wasn't there. But that's my only complaint. Tiny thing.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh God, who needs? I guess kids. You need these emojis on your keyboard, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, right. The kids. It's for the kids. That's what we do.
I've been using. I lucked out. Tina's mom got one of those new purple iMacs, and she has a keyboard, a wired keyboard that she likes a lot. So she gave me her regular, like the keyboard that comes with the iMac. What's nice about it is it's got, let's see if I can.
Is it the fingerprint one?
It is, yeah. So it's got a fingerprint thing in the corner, which is just really nice to not have to type passwords, or, you can do biometric on just about everything.
Yeah.
So
I do like
that. Go to PayPal, biometric on the keyboard. Go to log in Discord, biometric on the keyboard.
Did you get one of those M1s or M4s, the new?
No, not that new. Like a year and a half ago. So it was like an M2 or M3.
I think they only did M1s with the iMacs, right?
Oh, really? Then it's M1. Yeah. It's whatever. It's what it came out last year.
I can't remember.
And it's not the big size, unfortunately. Yeah, the 2022 or 2023, but that would have been.
Let's see. Yeah, I can't remember if they ever iterated on the. I can't remember. And also, did the M3s even happen?
I don't think they did.
They just skip right over that shit?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Probably.
Yeah, I need more biometrics in my life. I need some scanny,
for sure
stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
She and the last thing she needs is a whole lot of M4 speed. M1 perfectly fine.
Oh, totally fine.
She does.
Yeah, they're still insane fast. There's no reason you need more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's not going to have the RAM worries the rest of us get. So I totally get that.
No.
All right.
Her last one was an old Intel 27-inch iMac that she gave to one of her grandkids. So
the only real beef I have with those things is that they don't make a 27 anymore. They only do the 20.
I know.
It's so dumb. Who wants a 20-inch freaking screen? Give me a break.
Exactly.
So dumb.
Right.
All right. Well, we're going to get Nicole in here and have a little bit of fun in the recommendal space. So here's that.
Well, what do you recommend?
Yes, time for recommendals. Things we've seen on streaming services that we think you at home might enjoy as well. On the line with us right now is Nicole. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
We sure can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I'm in my car.
Oh.
It's a Thanksgiving miracle.
Yeah, it is. Are you hosting this year? Are you doing everything?
My house is the place of the destination, but I created a sign up genius and sent it to my entire family and said, you guys figure it out. I'll make the turkey.
Wow. You really
I love it.
Laid it down, dude. That's great.
Nicely done. So yeah, but you won't know the time now. Like you'll have to make the turkey, but you won't know what time everybody's going to show up.
No. I set the time.
Yeah.
Okay, you did.
I told everybody when, and so everybody's gonna. So it's gonna be basically a potluck. So everybody is bringing stuff in crock pots. We're gonna set it up buffet style.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I'm going easy mode. I've been doing a lot of doctor's appointments lately, and just not. I'm still dealing with the crap that I've been dealing with for the last 2 years. I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer.
Doing
but
better. Yeah, well, that's good. Make everybody else do the heavy lifting. I think that's fine.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
That is a really smart way to do it, for sure.
I like that.
Sign Up. Have you ever used Sign Up Geniuses?
No.
What is it?
It's a great website. I use this a lot in the PTA when you're trying to get parents to I find that if you just ask somebody, do this, bring this, a lot of times they'll just say yes. Of course, there's always the moms or the dads that sign up for the paper products first.
Yeah.
but you can set it up for anything. You can set it up for any kind of event, and it's great.
Oh yeah, look at this. This seems super simple, and what an interesting idea. And so they all have to have
collect money.
Do they all have to have they all have to be on here and have accounts and everything, or is it kind of
no, you can just sign up and put your email, and they'll email you, and then you can add it to your calendar. It's just super. There's a whole bunch of different sign up ones. There's one I think just called Sign Up, but I use Sign Up Genius. That's the one I know and like.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try this.
Cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, that would come in handy for so many things. It's great.
Yeah. Okay. Never heard of it before.
It's a way to wrangle the cats in.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a good way. You got to do it. Cats suck.
Those cats need to be wrangled for sure.
Just kidding. They don't suck. They're great, everybody. Let's get into today's recommendals. Nicole is joining us. Randy had travel today. He's on his way to Texas, so no Randy, it turns out. But he'll be back next week, hopefully with more. Let's start with Brian. He's got 2 today.
I got 2. I'm making up for the lack of Randy with a couple of recommendals because Tina and I, we like to just plop our butts down on the couch and watch crap. So this one's been on our list for a long time. It was actually a documentary Oscar winner several years ago. And I did a quick search on Quick TMS and I didn't find it, but you guys will know immediately if one of you has already recommended it. I guess we can play the clip. You're going to hear from a guy making first contact with somebody for an interview, and that guy just happens to be in Russia.
All right, here we go.
And met with this guy who's going to at least prescribe me the protocol.
But what is your ultimate purpose? You would like to beat doping test? You would like to start your hormonal program?
Yes.
Then give sample and prove negative?
Yes.
Ha ha ha. You need a very serious advice because there are a lot of traps. Normally girls... Okay. Veronica, my dog is playing. I am just came back and he is very much excited and he has a special toy which...
Yeah, I hear it. Hey, you want to see my dog?
Yes. Oh. Is it male, female?
Male.
Castrated?
No.
No, with balls.
Castrated?
He's got the balls.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Castrated? Like the first thing.
Is this Borat?
It sounds like it, right? This is a movie called Icarus, and it has nothing to do with your dog being castrated, but it does have to do with the first thing you heard him talk about, which is trying to beat doping tests and seeing if he could get past them. So this is a documentary, came out in 2017 by a guy named Brian Fogel. Brian Fogel, a Denver native here. I don't know if he's still in Denver, but big cyclist, big...
Did I not recommend? I thought I recommended this. This is the Icarus thing, isn't it?
That's what I said at the beginning. I said I wasn't sure if anybody recommended this. So
I did, but it's been forever, dude. So this is a good one to bring up again.
Probably was closer to 2017 when you recommended it.
It's so good that I'm glad you're doing it again. This is great.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah, so that's probably why it was on our list. We're like, oh, Icarus, why is this on our list? And we're like, oh, this is great. Yeah, let's watch it. So it starts out with Brian Fogel just wanting to figure out, kind of to do a documentary about the illegal doping in sports, starting with kind of Lance Armstrong and kind of moving around that. And in the process, he meets up with this guy that you heard right there, Grigory Rodchenkov. And the two of them develop a friendship, but also in the process of talking to Grigory, who was he was the director of the anti-doping laboratory in Moscow, where they did all the tests on contestants athletes going to the Olympics. And It turns out that Rodchenkov was aware of maybe some of the things that were going on with the doping of Russian athletes for a long time, and was basically was silenced by the Russian government, not able to talk about it. So it turns into this whole thing that kind of uncovers this doping scandal that's been going on for years in Russia, to the point where Rodchenkov even has to go into hiding and kind of like little witness protection kind of thing to avoid Putin and folks coming down on him. Like it starts out, this document starts out as one little innocuous thing and then turns into so much more. Absolutely fascinating. And Gregory turns into one of our favorite people we've seen in a documentary ever, right up there with Agent Doug, who got hungry 3 times during the McDonald's.
That guy's awesome. I love him. He's a hero.
But this thing is so fascinating, and it seems like every 2 or 3 minutes you are getting this new revelation about the Russian doping. And this is what led to Russia getting booted out of the Olympics in 2018, I think. And they still haven't been allowed back. And that's why you've got, during the opening ceremonies, you've always got the athletes from, what do they call it? Unaffiliated Russian athletes or something.
Right.
They come out with their own flag and basically they are, the ROC, exactly. And they can compete, but they can't do it through like under the Russian banner, for example. Right. But this is amazing. And even to this day, I think Rodchenkov is still in hiding because of the things that got uncovered in this documentary. At least at the Academy Awards, when Brian Fogel went to accept the award, he's like, this is dedicated to Grigory Rodchenkov, who still is in great danger, and we hope this opens the eyes of people who are unaware of this and can do something about it.
Yeah, protect that guy at all costs. He's a brave dude. Also, it is what you mentioned it, but the craziest thing about that doc is how it starts out as a boring biking thing. Like it's not meant to be anything else. He wasn't making something that would end up winning Academy Awards or anything. Just going to make a boring ass thing. And then it breaks and changes and goes places. I mean, it is one of the wildest rides I ever took.
It
crazy.
Freaking snowballs down a hill into something so big and revealing that, like you say, I mean, this
crazy.
Caused the International Olympic Committee to investigate and discover that what Russia was doing. So
cheating, baby, cheating is what they were doing.
Exactly.
All right.
So,
and it's still on Netflix. Still on Netflix.
Still on Netflix. I believe it is a Netflix documentary, so it should stay on Netflix. As interestingly enough, all 4 of our things today are on Netflix.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, that's right.
Today is a Netflix day. Celebrate by spending $20 a month plus on your fantastic service.
So that is called Icarus. Great documentary on Netflix.
Nice.
Number 2 for me is something that a couple of folks in Georgia just won't shut up about. They keep telling me about it and keep telling me to recommend it, and and finally watched it. I'm kidding. Chuck and Amy have been telling me about this for a while and said, watch it before Christmas early enough that you can use it as a recommendal before Christmas so other people can see it before Christmas. And my gosh, this is the sweetest, quirkiest little series you're going to really love. You're going to hear a couple voices. You're hearing the voice of through the pages of a book discovered in a bookstore. So that's the woman's voice you'll hear in this, is this guy finds this book in a bookstore, and the narration of what's on the page is the woman's voice you'll hear.
All right, here we go.
Do you dare? I've left some clues for you. If you want them, turn the page. If you don't, put the book back on the shelf. So you've chosen to play. A revealing choice. Shall we begin? A coded message. You can decipher it with the right books, but only if you can find them. Your first clue requires some heavy reading. Look for French pianism.
What the hell's French pianism?
Oh, and if you need to use your phone, don't bother playing.
French pianism.
I'm not telling you anything.
Well, but this is the information desk. Are you not obligated to, give me some information? I mean, could you at least tell me the section?
I'm not allowed. I promised her I wouldn't discuss anything related to that.
You said her.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said her. She is a her, and she is testing my knowledge of the strand.
This is so familiar. Like someone else watched it and I caught part of it or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kim watched this because this feels like it's right up her alley, but it is so much more than something that, you'd say, oh, okay, it's a Kim thing. It's a Hallmark kind of deal.
Right.
No, this is so much bigger and better than that. This is a romantic comedy series called Dash and Lily. And this is based on a book called Dash and Lily's Book of Dares. And the premise, like I kind of alluded to, is that Dash finds this book in his favorite bookstore, kind of tucked between two copies of one of his favorite books. And he pulls it out. It's got a thing on the cover that says, "Do you dare?" He opens it up and it starts leading him down the path of solving these riddles to find out who the person is that is leaving him these messages.
Now I know who this is because the kid in it, the dude, is one
Austin
of the
Abrams?
one of the kids from Euphoria. He's
yeah.
like a nerd in that show, and I remember Kim watching this and walking past and going, "Hey, it's the kid from Euphoria," and then I walked past. But I'm sure I saw this scene. I think it was right when she was right when this book shit started in the show.
Yeah, which is the first couple minutes of the first episode. He's, by the way, he's the love child of Andrew McCarthy and Jeremy Allen White, this kid.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wait, I thought you were kidding.
We were talking about, Andrew McCarthy from St. Elmo's Fire?
Yeah. I'm not saying literally.
She's saying
the
looks
love
like.
child,
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So when you said I thought, wait a minute, I need to dig deeper into what Brian is saying.
I think Nicole might have taken that seriously. Like this kid, if you put Andrew McCarthy and Jeremy Allen White in a blender.
I just heard Andrew McCarthy.
He's great though. This guy's great.
You would love this too, Nicole. You and Mark would love this.
It looks fun. It honestly, I thought it was going to be, how Netflix has those interactive stories where you have to interact. Mateo loves those, and
cool.
you have to answer a question in a time frame, and that it's like choose your own adventure kind of story. And I thought that's what this was. I kind of want that now.
Don't let him do the Black Mirror one. That's not for kids. But
is there one for Black Mirror?
There is one for Black Mirror. It was an interactive episode called
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch. Yeah. I was gonna say Huffalump or Jabberwocky or
yeah, it's a terrible name. Well, I mean, it's not terrible. Once you watch it, you get it. But yeah, Bandersnatch was I don't know if they're ever going to do that again, but it's interesting. It's up there.
They pulled a few of those off actually that they had in the last couple of weeks. They've removed a lot of their interactive content like that. Yeah. Anyway, this is a really, really sweet 8-episode series that hooked Tina and I in so much. We binged the whole thing Monday night this week. We started watching the first one right after dinner. We're like, oh yeah, let's keep going. And there's, there are 8 episodes, about 20 minutes each. So it's a really easy 3.5 hour binge. Mm-hmm. Let's see trying to think if there's other people in here you might know. It's produced by Nick Jonas of said Jonas Brothers. Also produced by Sean Levy. Directed, I think David Levitan is involved. Like he's the Boy Meets Boy, and I want to say he also was involved with Modern Family. If it's the same guy I'm thinking of.
How about Brad Silberling? That name's familiar too.
Brad Silberling, director-producer, City of Angels, Moonlight Mile,
Casper?
Lemony Snicket, Casper.
That must be why it's familiar as a weird director to pull for this. It's very different than any of those things, but yeah.
What's really sweet about this is you've got this couple, And it's revealed very early on that Dash hates Christmas. This is something you want to watch around Christmas time because Christmas plays a part in it. Yeah. He kind of hates Christmas and the commercialism and the fake joy and that sort of thing. But Lily is this ultra romantic, loves Christmas, loves everything about it, all of her clothes. She can't wait to put on all of her Christmas clothes for when that season starts up. And so you start to wonder, all right, well, if these two ever meet, is it going to be a problem? Is it going to be one of the, this big difference between them? It is adorable and sweet and so much better than a Hallmark movie. Yeah. Because there are a lot of they don't follow the tropes. Like you start getting things in these episodes that are like, oh yeah, they'd never do that in a Hallmark movie, or this other thing, or this, this path, this story arc. But it is really sweet. It's very, very good. And it is also on Netflix.
And the episodes are short, right? Like 30-minute episodes or something?
You should. Yes. Dash and Lily. And big thanks to Amy and Chuck for being so persistent on making sure that I watch this. The music, by the way, freaking hooked me immediately because it's Dan the Automator.
Oh, it's really good.
Who is one of my favorites anyway. And then you hear a little bit of the song in that clip we played, but there's a song in there that was made for the show, not available to download, but I still had to rip a copy of it this morning because it's so good. So I found an instrumental, no talking version of it online. I'm like, ripping it. Wow. I want it for my library.
Looks like Fred Savage directed like 5 of these.
He did. Yeah.
Weird. That's crazy. All right. That's awesome. I need to go. She'd rewatch it in a heartbeat. So I probably just need to watch it with her and enjoy it.
Totally.
Yeah. All right, nice. Couple
and
of great ones.
Midori Francis, who plays Lily, is absolutely adorable. She was on Grey's Anatomy more recently, last few years as like an intern or something.
Yeah.
But she's fantastic as well. So.
Yeah, I like her. She's my daughter's age. That's weird. All right, excellent. Nicole, let's swing it over to you. You sent me a clip. What do you got here?
I did. Before I get into that, I want to rewind to a recommendal that Brian did, I don't know, forever ago. Mm-hmm. And Mark and I watched it, and I just wanted to thank him for encouraging me to watch it. It's on Netflix. Okay. It is an AMC show, and it's called Kevin Can F Himself.
Oh,
and it is the most different, amazing, and I so badly just want to call you, Brian, and we can talk about it.
Yes, I know. It is so like the gimmick. It was so overshadowed by the gimmick of it taking place in a sitcom world and then outside of that sitcom world, and people tended to focus on, oh, okay, well, it was just so based on this gimmick of the sitcom.
So,
and actor.
Yeah.
I probably connected to it because I, for the past couple years have been going through my own mental health crisis. Mm-hmm. And that's what I saw that as. It was her coping. That was her coping mechanism to get through the trauma of Kevin.
Like it's like a WandaVision where she creates this fake world to live in.
So good.
Sitcom world.
Yeah.
And so if you're not familiar, Kevin Can F Himself, AMC show, only lasted for 2 seasons. Mm-hmm. They could bring it back for a 3rd season. They could figure out a way.
Easily could. It does end in a somewhat satisfying way, at least. Like it
does. Well, yes, but God, this is why I want to talk to you about it. Because there's theories around how it ended.
Yeah.
And the people involved.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's so I'll talk to you offline.
Yeah.
Dude, I could watch Annie Murphy bake bread. I love her.
Oh,
she's
wonderful.
Yeah.
Her Boston accent is wonderful. I love that they featured Duncan throughout. It's very authentic.
And her friend Patricia, Patty, is
Patty.
Is
Patty,
great.
Yeah,
great character.
And it made me look at shows like King of Queens, mm-hmm. Everybody Loves Raymond, so differently now. Like, I don't know. It's just, if you haven't watched it, it's a great watch. So I loved it.
It's tough if you have somebody in your life who is like Kevin, because Kevin is infuriatingly that that what about Bob kind of thing, where everybody seems to love him, but you see his horribleness that everybody just thinks is charming, and you just can't get away from that.
Yeah.
Well, if you put a laugh track on it, then it's like, oh, wait, why are we laughing? This is in the real world. This is not good.
This guy would be horrible in the real world, and it turns out he is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, have you seen it, Scott?
No, not because I don't want to. I just haven't gotten around to it, so I will.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
So, I just wanted to thank Brian because we binged that, and then that rolled me into my recommendal.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I had a EEG yesterday morning, and I could not. I had a sleep deprived EEG, so I binged this show, and it's a wonderful show. Just came out on Netflix.
So how that works? They make you not on purpose not sleep, and then do the EEG.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
certain ones. So my problems are in my sleep.
Yeah.
So they wanted to see those problems. I have a lot of uncontrollable movements in my body when I sleep, and I don't think I'm not sleeping very well. So that's what they wanted to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You got to watch this show. Positive lining.
Excellent. Well, let's play your clip here, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Here you go.
What the hell is going on? You've been a real pill recently, even for you.
He stole my watch.
Well, he says he didn't. Do you have any proof? Listen, I have always liked you. Despite, everything about you. There is a nice person in there somewhere underneath the toxic masculinity and the even more toxic cologne. But if you do anything like this again, you're gone.
I'm telling you, there's something off about that guy. Also, that cologne is classy. Virginia loves it. Also, what the hell is toxic masculinity? Oh, never mind. I don't need some broad explaining things to me.
That's great. All right, tell us about this. What is this?
This is a show on Netflix called A Man on the Inside. And you didn't even hear Ted Danson. He is who they're talking about. Ted Danson is the main character in the show. He recently lost his wife, and he's trying to find purpose. And so a lady detective is she's trying to investigate a really expensive stolen necklace inside of a retirement home, and she's not able to get inside the home. So she puts a help wanted ad out for a man in between 65 and 75 who has a cell phone. And so that interview process is hilarious. And so Ted Danson's character, he was a professor of engineering. So he can at least send a picture through a phone. So that's why he's hired.
That's great.
So you heard in that clip, I don't know the actress's name, but she was on
I think it's Lila Rich Creek Estrada is her name. Lila
Brooklyn 999. Was it Brooklyn 9?
Oh, Stephanie Beatriz. Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
a different girl.
She was like the tough. She was the tough.
Yes,
one
Rosa. She's Rosa.
So Rosa. So she is not that character at all in this. She's the head of the retirement center, and she's very nice. And it's weird seeing her in a different role, but it's kind of fun.
I like her a lot.
I see Mary Elizabeth Ellis, the waitress from Always Sunny, is in this.
Oh, she's great.
As her daughter.
She plays the daughter. She plays the daughter of Ted Danson. And so she's trying to get her dad to get out of the house and do something, so she encourages it. And then when she finds out he's been hired to be basically a spy, she's like,
Lambert from Alien.
Yeah,
is
Lambert
in this
from
too.
Alien. I love her. Veronica Cartwright. She's so great. I love her. Her stuff recently is amazing. She's very good.
So maybe me recommending it, because it literally just came out like a few days ago. It's really fun. It's 20-minute episodes. Maybe it won't get canceled. Maybe it'll get a second season. I don't know. I have a terrible track record.
Right. Oh yeah, you're.
I think it's number 1 on Netflix right now. I think it's doing really well.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah.
And I think what I love most about it is, the older actors, they're really like, there's one actress, Virginia. I recognize her. I think
Lambert. That's Lambert. Isn't it?
Was she the replacement Chrissy on Three's Company?
No, that was
that is definitely not
Deborah Ann. No, something Jennifer Ann. Oh man.
Are you talking about you're not are you talking about Veronica Cartwright based Beverly? Is that the one?
I don't know.
Or no, Sally Struthers. You're thinking of Sally Struthers from from
Virginia, yes, Virginia Foldout. Yes,
yeah. She's
from All in the Family.
Yeah.
She was Archie Bunker's daughter.
So she really does resemble her.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, she does. Yeah,
I could see that. She's also she's in that.
Her mannerisms.
Does she at any point during the show does she try and talk you into doing online school so that you can be an RN?
No, but she shows pictures of me with flies all over my face. That always happens.
Yeah, that's right.
She's in that. She's in Gilmore Girls, so I have to watch that every year because Kim's always watching it. Yeah. She's great though.
But
Good for this role.
It's a great show. It's it's a spy show, so there's mystery, and I guess we don't have enough shows that show elderly people, mature people, being real people. Like it's funny because Ted Danson goes into this facility and he's going through his own life kind of crisis, and he's like, it's like high school. And it's funny because high school never really changes. Like, you think you get out and you just have more control over the people that you're involved with, right?
Yeah.
But it's a joy to watch him kind of navigate social situations and relationships, and I hope you watch it because it's wonderful.
Yeah, it looks like something I want to see.
It's 100% on our list, just because obviously Michael Schur, we love everything he does, The Office and stuff like that. But Ted Danson, again, you can't. I love him. I can't go wrong with anything Ted Danson.
Well, that's not true, because he did a show. See, here's my
You're
problem.
You're not going to complain about Becker, are you?
Oh, Becker.
No. So he won me over from The Good Place.
Yeah,
The Good Place.
Oh, how did he lose you before that?
Yeah, how did he lose you? I've always liked him.
Oh, he was this really skeevy bartender in this show
Honestly,
called Toasts or something.
No, I really did not like him at Cheers.
You didn't like Cheers?
Seriously.
Oh, you really did like him at Cheers. Like Cheers was what?
He kind of, I know it's weird, but I don't know. I just didn't really like him in Cheers.
Well, his whole vibe was he's a sexist a-hole, and it's to make fun. Yeah, and they make fun of that constantly. It's not like that's kind of his thing.
That's not what he is in real life, Nicole.
I understand that, but he is his persona.
Okay, you know what? When he went blackface when he was dating
Whoopi
Goldberg, that was probably a good lose moment. But yeah.
Like I said, The Good Place is what kind of won me over to Ted Danson, and so I've been trying to watch whenever I see a Ted Danson show come out. There was one where he was playing, I think, was he the mayor?
Yeah, mayor of that was recent.
That was, I think that was a one season as well, but it was really good.
It wasn't that. No, it wasn't.
Mr. Mayor. It was, and I will defend it.
I will too. I liked it. I like Mr. Mayor. I agree with Brian. Team Brian.
Really
Team Ibbett. That was very brief though, wasn't it? It was like only a season.
Yeah.
And then prior to that,
I did watch it.
Did you guys ever see what's that show called?
Fargo?
No. Oh, he's amazing in Fargo.
I'm kidding, because I know
he's so good in season 2 of Fargo. If you've never seen season 2 of Fargo, he's so good. Yeah. Where is it? I can't find it. There's a show he did where he was Damages. If you ever watched Damages, he was in the first 23 episodes of that, I think. Unbelievably cool in that. So, but also evil. Nicole, you wouldn't have liked him, but he's a bad guy. But he was really good in it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a fan, and anytime he showed up on Curb, best Curb episodes, Ted Danson. Always good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll defend him.
My favorite Ted Danson is like just nice Ted Danson.
Sure.
Like,
So the
sweet
Good Place,
Ted
Ted Danson. Yeah.
Good Place, Ted Danson. Watch
Like-
Fargo
Yeah,
season 2.
You definitely don't want to watch Becker.
Yeah.
Hopeful Ted Danson, and that's why I think I really like him in A Man on the Inside. Like he's a sweet character in this show.
Do you remember this in Curb when he was all
Oh my
fat?
God, yes. Yeah.
Such an amazing moment.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Ted Danson, the best husband Cheryl Hines ever had.
yeah.
Oh jeez.
Should have stayed.
Was
Away
he
from.
married to him?
No, just in the show.
No, TV husband on the show.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish that was a real one.
I wish it was real. Yeah.
Although I really like his wife's fine. What's her name? What's his real name?
Mary Steenburgen.
Mary Steenburgen's. They've been together forever.
Oh,
so,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
BioCow in the chat says my favorite Ted Danson is buried up to his neck in sand. Was
Yeah,
he in
the
the
Creep
Tales
Show.
from the Crypt episode? Creep Show.
Creep show. Yeah. It was
Right.
the cheating tennis pro
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
He played a child molester during the Cheers run in some made-for-TV thing that kind of scarred me. I hated that.
You know what? So did the guy from WKRP in Cincinnati on
Different Strokes.
Oh
Different
yeah,
Strokes.
Mr.
Ruined
Bicycle shop
Carlson.
owner.
ruined me.
I know. I could not buy a Maytag washer for a long time because of that.
I ended up
Oh
so
my
he redeemed himself on Seinfeld with that brief boss. Another one of George's bosses. He was that for like a couple of episodes.
Oh,
or
was
something.
he really? Gordon Jump
Yeah.
was? I didn't know that.
And it was great. It was the one where George faked like he had a handicap, so they gave him the handicap bathroom. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
He's his
episode,
boss,
yeah.
and then he finds out, and they all treat him like crap after, and he ends up in a closet. It's amazing. Well, all right, there you go. Nice one. Good picks all around, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and play mine now. This is a
That's yours, yeah.
documentary.
Okay.
Also on Netflix. Earlier this year, I guess, is when it came out, but I just barely got around to it. And if I could bring this up, I could play it. Here we go. Here's mine.
Long ago, the plains of East Africa were home to our distant ancestors. For reasons lost to time, some of these ancestors decided to leave and headed north to become the Neanderthals. Over time, their numbers grew, their territories stretching from Russia to the Atlantic coast.
That's a lot of waves there at the end. Jeez.
Whew, it is. Yeah.
That's the Netflix documentary Secret of the Neanderthals, which as a kid we were all taught to say Neanderthals.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's still tricky to remember that, and it feels like people say it wrong when they say it right, but they do. Anyway, that was Sir Patrick Stewart, as you could tell. He's the narrator of the entire thing. It's not a series; it's a movie, single film, about an hour and a half, a little shorter than that. And it is just as much as we know about their origin and how their evolution and how we eventually came to be. And it is fascinating. And it also helps that this dude narrates it because it's Patrick Stewart and he narrates everything really well.
Yeah.
Not a ton to add other than it is what you think it is. This is a nature-ish documentary, deeply historical in nature, or origin of man, all that kind of thing.
Just about as far back as almost as far back as you can go.
Yeah, it's very much that anthropological, I suppose, and it is really, really good. If that sort of thing, usually I love this kind of stuff. I just like nature and science, and I love all that stuff, and human history. And if that sounds boring, Sir Patrick Stewart will help you with that part. He's very good, very, very, it just carries you through it. You always feel.
Can you teach my son algebra right now?
Yes, he has a new one coming out calling The Secret Life of Algebra. It's coming out soon. But yeah, he's very good at what he does. Obviously, it's just freaking, I don't even have to say it. It's Patrick Stewart. He's amazing. And It is really compelling and interesting. So that's what I brought this week. If you want to learn about the origin of man and our evolution and where we came from and stuff that's outside of recorded history, if that interests you at all or did in school and you want to revisit it, it's a very cool documentary available now
So it's a movie, not a series,
Correct.
or not a limited series or something.
Correct.
Okay,
I think we all did series except me today. So
no, Icarus is a documentary.
Oh, that's right.
As well.
That's right.
Yeah.
So get your 2 documentaries in. One about modern spy intrigue, and then another one about old men a long time ago.
Grumpy old men.
Grumpy old men,
Yes.
millions of years ago. Very grumpy old men. And then in between all that, watch Ted Danson do some cool shit. All right. And then Brian's other
And
series.
then some Christmassy romantic thing.
There you go. So
I'm definitely watching that.
yeah,
You will absolutely love it, Nicole.
I might watch
I
the Ted Danson thing next. I think I really want to see that.
And seriously, Brian, let's talk about Kevin Kneff himself.
Sounds good to me. I need to refresh my memory on that because it's been since I recommended it 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember when it was. Yeah.
There's this guy named Kevin. It turns out he can F himself. That's all I know.
It's his talent, it turns out.
Wow, that's a lucrative talent. If you're in the right circles, you can make some money. Anyway,
Yeah. Right circle. Nicely said.
Nicole, it is always a pleasure. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And
yes, you too.
enjoy the rest of your time out in the car there, where you are right now.
Thanks. I'm
And,
going to go to work now.
All right, we'll see you soon. Oh, I should have said, tell Mark to kiss our butts. All right, we are going to get out of here. One quick note that I would like to mention, Playdate this Friday, just a reminder. It'll be our normal TMS time, 9 to 11. Everyone's can come. This isn't just for patrons, although patrons will get preferential play treatment. We're going to do a bunch of Jackbox stuff because it's just Jackbox and fall holiday time. They're inseparable to me.
It's a family game, and this is when we think about family, and you're our family.
Yeah.
You're our online family.
You are our family. So be here Friday, 9 to 11. Tomorrow, again, we are off for the holiday. We hope you guys have a fantastic day for your Thanksgiving. And those outside of the U.S., I hope that you enjoy not having...
Have a nice Thursday.
Yeah, enjoy Thursday.
Because of the holiday, I'm going to be doing Coverville today. It is the annual tradition, a big Beatles episode, Beatles covers. This is also the 60th anniversary of Beatles for Sale, their 4th studio album. And kind of one of their lesser known ones, although the song I Feel Fine, she's in love with me, but I feel fine, came from those sessions and wasn't released on the album, but was a single that was a non-album single that was released on with that album. So, but of course I always round out the episode with other covers. So covers of things like 8 Days a Week, I Feel Fine, Obla Di Obla Da, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Happiness is a Warm Gun, Something. And of course, because it's the day before Thanksgiving, we got to have John Lennon's Cold Turkey represented as well. Nice. That is going to be coming up at noon. Lots of songs, very few interruptions, and very short interruptions, as I do for the tradition, so that you can play this with the family and they don't have to hear me babbling on about Beatles trivia like
Nice.
I would if you gave me the chance.
Sure.
There you go. That's going to be today at noon, twitch.tv/Coverville. And of course, I'll be playing some Marvel Snap. I don't know what. Probably a discard deck today.
Nice.
Having some fun with discard.
Nice. Well, speaking of songs, let's play one here at the end of the show.
Let's play a song. And this one is a request going out to Jason Darmok in the Discord. He says, it is our wedding anniversary, so we're requesting a cover of, quote unquote, our song. Christina, thank you for making each day a special occasion, even on days when we're feeling less human than human. I love you. Signed, Jason. Oh, sweet.
That's nice. I like that.
So a cover of Rob Zombie's More Human Than Human was their song, apparently. And the version I'm playing is a ska version, of course. Naturally, it's me, This is the Scandalous All-Stars from their album Hit Me from 1997, a cover of White Zombie's More Human Than Human.
Oh, looks like someone just got their ears caught in the audio cookie jar at frogpants.com.
It's make the dinner or answer the door.
I don't remember what that clip is from.